meeting to order, 6 o'clock. Ellen is coming, but in the interest of time, we're going to start. Do I have any additions to tonight's agenda? Need a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Need a motion to approve a few sets of minutes. And they are.
Anybody help you out there?
Oh, I have it, I just don't know where they are. Here we go. We have the minutes from the 417 preliminary budget minutes, the 417 regular minutes, the 5-2 special meeting minutes, and the 5-8 budget hearing minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're going to do the consent agenda as one item. I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report, the financial report, the consideration of claims, the transportation report, the cafeteria report, and I need a motion to approve the cooperative bidding with BOCES.
I so moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Cooperative bidding. Just rereading that rationale. Each year, the district approves bids with other districts in a cooperative bidding. Sure. Okay.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we come to the first opportunity for participation, and just remind you that communication protocols will be followed. Hi. All right, there's no participation. We'll move on to new business. Item 6.1. I need a motion to accept the resignation for retirement purposes of Craig Schick as Director of Facilities effective June 29, 2018, with sincere appreciation for his 31 years of district service. Also to add him to the substitute list as recommended by the business manager and superintendent.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
We've got to do something for the guy.
I agree.
He's been a rock.
I agree. I
for
agree.
Hamilton, and we're going to sorely miss him.
I agree. I agree.
And what's the plan?
We have a plan, right?
I think that's to be determined.
Well, we have to call for civil services at this point.
Yeah, it's a civil service position. There is a designated title, it's Director of Facilities, so Debbie's really the civil service expert. Well, it's a competitive position, so there is a list, there's a test, and what we do is we have to notify civil service of the vacancy, and they do what they call as canvass the area, starting in Madison County, and we obtain a list, and then we have to go through our normal protocols as well. We have to do an internal posting, and then we'll move forward. So, it's I guess I would say it was imminent that Craig was nearing retirement, but I mean, yeah, I think he's really been wrestling with this. It was a difficult decision for him. He just found out quite recently, so yeah, just to echo what Harry said, he's been here 31 years in a position like that. He won't be replaced, but
Right.
we got to move forward. So,
Right.
yep, that's sort of the general the plan. And with him on as a substitute, the plan is to be able to utilize him to transition and to be here if needed.
That's great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I need a motion to approve Jane Cronick, Diane Law, and Jeff Stadelman as sub-bus drivers, and Rachel Zielinski as a sub-teacher aide as recommended by the head bus driver, elementary principal, and superintendent.
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, yeah, that's,
We We just added.
We just
That's
added.
what we did,
Yeah.
okay.
Kind of
So we
like-
added, so it's a running list.
Every time there's adds and subtracts, there's.
I love this.
Item 6.2, I need a motion to approve the recommendation of the committees on special education and preschool special education. And any discussion will happen in executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Okay? All in favor?
Aye.
I'm abstaining. Item 6.3, donations. I need a motion to accept the monetary donation of $9,987.73 from Hamilton Emerald Foundation with sincere appreciation and to increase the budget by this amount.
Second.
Discussion?
Thank you.
Thank you so
very
much.
Yeah, they, our teachers are making great requests, and they turn them around instantly. It's just remarkable how little bureaucratic fuss and bother there is with the Emerald Foundation. We're very, very lucky.
Agreed. Any other discussion, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
I need a motion to accept the donation of musical instruments from Ashley Barth and friends of Sean Golly, who's an HCS grad, and member of Steve Golly, Sean's father, with sincere appreciation.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Yeah, this was a really nice letter and gift from, talking about how, he and his son had a connection through music, so it's neat. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, moving on to administrative reports. Bill?
Can we do
Oh, did I
that
skip?
6.4?
Sorry. Oh, sorry. Gosh, we have first reading on textbooks. This is a discussion item only, it's a first reading. We have middle school math teachers have recommended for Math 6, 6A, Math 7, 7A, and Math 8 the following textbooks. Envision Math 2.0 Common Core Grade 6, Envision Math 2.0 Common Core Grade 7, Envision Math 2.0 Common Core Grade 8, and the publisher is Pearson. Is there any discussion on this? Any remarks?
Just a general comment. When do we start, and I don't know if we need to by any means, but when do we start looking at online books versus hard books, and how does that work, and the plan moving forward with that?
So there is a digital component to all of these textbooks. There's a hard copy and a digital component. I'll let, Sue, if you want to comment about having a digital component as compared to it. It's nice to have a textbook that kids can take home and share with their parents. With the next gen standards and the math, the new math, it's nice to have a resource that kids can take home and their parents can sit with them and try to work through some problem solving. So I think it's important that we do have hard copies.
When you buy the hard copy, you automatically get a 6-year site license for their book. So the kids can access it. I have not had many students make use of the online version. I think they're just used to having the hard copy, but they do have access to that.
I assumed as much, that the textbooks is what we need for especially this age and this level, but I was just curious of what that looked like.
Okay. So there's no action to take on that item, that's a first read. Okay, now we go to item 7.0, information and correspondence. And we have administrative reports. Bill?
Sure, I have a number of things to report that aren't included in my report, and then I'll come back to this because I would like to highlight the valedictorian and salutatorian. But 3 items that have happened since the middle of the report. We had through our safety standards or safety procedures, we had a dog sweep, the canine unit through the New York State Police and Madison County Sheriff came in and did a sweep during a lockdown. I'm happy to report that they did not hit on anything, we were clean, so that was excellent news. I'd like to congratulate the following people: Susie Beach, Carrie King, Dan Raines, Zach Darrow, Carrie Stoddard, Tori Kowalski, Lauren Hyman, Ryan Bain, Emily Freeth, Victoria Seeger, and Victoria Moats for chaperoning, organizing our prom and after prom party. They did a terrific job organizing, getting prizes, food, this obstacle course, bubble soccer. Our kids had a great time in a safe and drug-free environment, and I think that's really important. So congratulations to them and their hard work for that. Next, U.S. News and World Report came out with the rankings. Their report evaluated 20,548 high schools in all 50 states. I'm happy to say that Hamilton is number 18 in upstate New York. We're number 75 in New York State out of 851 districts, and we are 716 in the national rankings out of those 20,548 districts. So, congratulations to our teachers, outstanding students, and supportive parents. So that's really good stuff there.
And can I add to that too?
Yeah.
Just something that the D3 said every time these rankings come out. We always fall in line with your New Hartfords, your Skinny Atlas, your FM, your JD, or whoever. There's 4 or 5 or 6 of us that generally do this. All of those schools have single digit or close to single digit free and reduced lunch populations, and we have 30% right now. So that's the add to what we do here as well.
We were also the top ranked school in Madison County.
Second year in a row.
For the second year. And finally, I'd like to announce our valedictorian and salutatorian. We will formally do this, formally in form, on Tuesday the 22nd. But our valedictorian is Kevin Schultz. He is the son of Dan and Nancy Schultz. He's a College Board Advanced Placement Scholar with distinction and a recipient of the University of Rochester Bausch and Lomb Honorary Science Award. He's a National Merit Scholarship finalist, received honorable mention for the Cornell Book Award. He's treasurer of the National Honor Society, a member of the Colgate University Community Students Program. He's a NISMA Conference All-State Vocalist, All-County and All-Area All-State Cellist. He's a member of Maskers. He's been co-choreographer for the middle school musical, co-vocal director for the middle school musical, an assistant choreographer for the high school musical. He volunteers with the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Organization. He's captain of the varsity tennis team, first cellist in the high school orchestra, performs in jazz band, and competes in athletics. He'll graduate in June with a Regents Diploma, Advanced Designation with Honors, and in the fall he'll attend Tufts University as a new Bauer Scholar, and he plans to major in chemistry. Our salutatorian is Lauren LaRufa. She's the daughter of Lindsay and William LaRufa. She's a College Board Advanced Placement Scholar with Honors and president of the Hamilton's National Honor Society chapter. She's a recipient of the Rochester Institute of Technology and Computer Science Award. She's a recipient of the New York State Scholar Athlete Award and has received Section 3 recognition in cross-country basketball and softball. She's held offices such as junior class secretary, vice president of the high school student council, secretary of the student class. She's a member of student groups such as Model UN, Athletics, Amnesty International, SAD, Advocates, and the Language Club. She's been a team member of varsity volleyball, cross-country, basketball, and softball. In her free time, she volunteers as a tutor for elementary students. She's participated in orchestra, concert band, and competed in multiple NISMA solo festivals. She'll graduate in June with a Regents Diploma with Advanced Designation, and in the fall she'll attend George Washington University on a pre-medical track, majoring in biological science with a concentration in cell and molecular biology. So there's that. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Who would like to go next?
Oh,
Kevin?
Sure.
All right.
Sure. Just a couple of updates. We had 15 clubs. We actually added a club this week too. Chris, what club did we have this week?
What club did we have this week?
Today you had.
Oh, today I was working with 4th and 5th grade students, and I was teaching them how to do three-dimensional design. So we worked with a pretty simple browser-based program, and the kids were really great. We're going to 3D print the objects pretty soon. So
Yeah, it's not
great
gonna be
kids.
amazing.
Yeah.
What's the name of the club?
What?
Does it have a name or no?
3D,
Well, it was with Johanna's.
the original bunch.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, ELA and math testing concluded, thank goodness. It's done, and I'm actually delivering the last of the tests tomorrow. So one good piece of information, our participation rate is up in the elementary. We're starting to see a higher participation rate with younger ages. Many different reasons why that might be. The test is a little more palatable, it's helpful, it's palatable. Yeah, whatever one is easy to swallow. So, it's 2 days now, it's shorter, it's, you can have test rads for the LA. You can have the whole day to do it, there's no time limit in doing it, so it's easier, I think, for the stress-wise for the kids. So, we had a 77% participation rate in the elementary. And what we've seen is that we had a opt-out rate that's kind of bubbling out. We still have a decent opt-out rate. Well, I don't know if we'll ever get what the state is asking us. By the way, they're asking us to have a 95% participation rate, and they're asking us next year if we don't have that, we have to come up with a plan to achieve that. So that'll be fun, including the whole community.
Sorry.
No.
So that goes on the list of things for next year.
So we'll be working on that soon. Our pre-K registration numbers continue to be low.
Do you know
It's a little
why?
bit of trouble.
Do you know why pre-K is low?
No, it doesn't make any sense with our live birth rate for that year, which was, I'm going off the top of my head, it's in the high 30s, 37, 38.
Is there any thought of doing a census through the summer to figure out if there are kids that are missing or that?
So just with canvassing the community, such a small community, we've asked pre-K teachers, parents, we can identify 2 kids right now, and we've made contacts with both of them. One of them says they're going to register, the other one's not sure whether they're going to bring.
Okay.
So it's looking like a very low class right now.
And then the kindergarten?
Kindergarten is very high, we're at 44, 45, so that's healthy, so go figure. And they both have about the same live birth rate, which has been a very reliable number for us. We haven't been off by, it's usually 2 or 3. You have 38, you can have 2 or 3 within that, and it was awful this year. A lot. Just concluding our hiring process, and we'll have a recommendation for you very soon. I'm very excited. Thank you.
Chris?
Sure. SED has finally made contact with us in regard to our smart bond proposal and application. So they actually reviewed it and found some errors. So they unsubmitted it to us. I corrected those errors, and then we submitted it again, and then today they sent it back to us again for a few more minor errors. But I'm encouraged because when they returned it to us this time, there were some personal comments from the reviewer. So I think that we're not losing our place in the queue here. They're sort of waiting for us to fix and then submit. So I'm hopeful that this means that the Smart Bonds application will be approved and ready to go by for next school year.
We're going to submit tomorrow with changes.
Yeah, made all those fixes today. There was one question that I had that I talked to Matt about, and he straightened me out. He's good like that.
Straightens a lot of us out.
Send it back to us. What is this?
I like to throw back on Thursday.
I continue to relish the opportunity to work with students and teachers. I've been pushing pretty hard to be able to have those opportunities. I worked with a number of teachers on our half-day last week using Google Classroom and other Google tools. I've been in classrooms recently. One of the 6th grade classrooms I taught them to use SketchUp, which is a computer-aided design program, and they're using it with math to figure area, like how many gallons of paint you would need to paint this many walls. They were building the structures in 3 dimensions. I've also been able to work with a bunch of teachers in terms of blended learning.
No, I'm thinking when I paint, I just go back and buy more.
You actually can use
I'm
that.
sorry, I know you can,
Figure
I
that out.
understand. I go back and buy more, I understand. I'm sorry, that was uncalled for. I know how to do it.
So, yeah, I'm really enjoying those opportunities to work with kids. The teachers are great. I actually got to go and read to a pre-K class where they were studying outer space, which is one of my favorite topics, so. Yeah, that's it.
Can I just ask you a question on the
Sure.
smart bond
Yeah.
update? It's one of my greatest frustrations. We dragged our feet forever to get that thing in. When we finally got it in, the way it was explained to me is we were going to ask the first half for instructional and the second half for upgraded security stuff. Where are we with that second half part? Is that submitted at all, or is it all now combined? I really don't
The
understand.
second half hasn't been submitted as far as I know.
Is there any plan of when we're going to do that?
Um,
I mean, we just know how long this process takes, and
Yeah.
it seems like we're our own worst enemy. We wait so long to get this stuff in that, yes, it takes them forever to approve it, but if we don't submit it, then
Right.
it's not in.
So, let me use as much accurate information about that as I can. And, so if it is the case that it hasn't been submitted, I don't see any reason why it can't be submitted right away before the end of the school year. Because I've spoken with Matt and Pete about what it is we want to do with that second submission. We've actually had a couple of sort of just informational gathering meetings about both what sorts of things we want to do with that second half, so I don't see why it couldn't be put
It
together.
just seems to me with
Yeah,
the atmosphere today, I mean, security is so important.
Oh, yeah.
We need to get this in as soon as we can. So,
yeah. I don't really see anything standing in the way of submitting that.
Great, thank you.
Yep.
Do we need to have spent the money in order to submit the request?
I need to get back to you on that, so I'm
Because
not.
I thought that was why we were waiting. I thought we were waiting to get reimbursed for the first project before doing the second
Right.
project, because I thought we had to spend the money before we could submit the project. But that may be,
That's not my memory of it, but
I will get the most accurate information that I can for the board and get back to you about it.
Thank you.
As soon as I can.
We'll get on it,
Yeah.
please, next up. Get on
Okay,
Jeff?
Last but not least,
yes.
pales in comparison to Bill's report. But in all seriousness, I know in this forum you've heard about the work that's been done in building in the district for response to intervention. The next wave of response to intervention is going to be the mental health supports as well. SUNY Oswego is hosting Boston Public Schools here in Syracuse at the beginning of June. I reached out to SUNY Oswego and we were able to receive an invitation to this event where they're going to be talking about the social, emotional, behavioral, and mental health response to intervention they currently do in Boston. It is something that we're going to be talking about more as the state ed is requiring schools to be more responsive to the mental health needs of students. So it is being on the forefront to go to this and get some of this information from the experience already hosted in Boston schools. So I'm excited for that. We'll see what it has, what they offer, and what we can garnish from that and bring back and start to utilize as we roll around with that here in Hamilton. The second piece is the special ed staff met last Friday. We wanted to work on some of the pieces shared out of the implementation meeting for the strategic plan as we start putting those thoughts together before we meet next week. So excited to get that going. How's in comparison to Bill?
No.
Bill always loves his May report.
I just have to find reasons why I didn't fall on that report as a high school principal, so.
He's always here for the May meeting.
If I could just add to that, Kevin, I think, were you in with the professional development group? Remember we met?
Yeah.
And I think they determined that
Yes.
next year we'd like to start doing more with mental health and kids in crisis. And so we're looking to put that into the district to pick up on.
I think it ties right into our both focus district and our strategic plan as well, so.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, my turn.
Yep, you are up. Item 7.2.
Now, principals, hang loose here, because I got to call on you for a couple of things, all right?
Good.
All right, I have a report. Transportation challenges. We are challenged by transportation. So, you know, Chris has been very good in working with Karen to get announcements out to the community where we have been consolidating runs. We've been looking for drivers. We appointed 3 substitutes tonight to help out, so. After-school events, athletic events, we just, people have pulled together. Things are changing, routes and so on. We're looking toward next year or two to see how we can meet our requirements of transport. Bill mentioned the prom. Concerts, I had the privilege and pleasure of listening to a group rehearse in the auditorium. I said, holy cow, this is just unreal. It was the middle school band. Holy cow. Holy cow. I know what else to say. I mean, I could hear it in the office. I couldn't wait to go in there. I thought I was listening to college, university group. They were really, really good. And then I believe we heard in the senior breakfast, was it the senior high band, the jazz band?
Jazz band,
Chorus.
Very, very
And
good.
string.
There was a young man who was going to NISMA who was playing the violin. And then he played the French horn. Holy cow. I mean, I'm new, and how long can I be learning? Can I learn like for 9 months or 10 months? I hope. I'm learning so much about the district, but I wanted to comment about the concerts, at least what I heard, the musical talent's just unbelievable. Bill, jump in on this if you want, but the trip to Canada, Spain, France, and Italy.
Canada really counts.
Oh, yes, that's another culture, yes.
Makes it international.
That was their point of entry, yes.
Try to get there without a passport, you'll know.
Yeah, that's right. So they went to Canada and came back through Canada, and you want to commend Mark and Mark Arquette and Hope and Rick and Susie and Karen. They did a phenomenal job. The comments about our kids and how these kids dressed, ate, behaved. I mean, just country after country, the local guides and whatever. Holy cow, we haven't seen kids like this. So just a real testament, excuse me, and testimonial to the staff and students and the parents of this district has done there. So thumbs up all over the place.
Marion Haskins also.
Oh, Marion went, that's right, I missed that, thank you. Just a tremendous trip. And I believe it was Mark that did the blog, or was it? Holy cow, so to be able to follow that trip every day. And I don't know if they still recovered from how tired they have been. I'm talking about the adults, the kids recover, I mean, they went there.
And you carried the binder for the whole week.
Unbelievable. So again,
Where I went.
you know, newcomer outsider to the school district, you see these things, I hope you don't take that for granted or expect, I mean, we expect it, but unbelievable, terrific, just terrific. AP exams, do we want to say anything about that, Bill? They're coming up June?
No, we're in the thick of it.
We're in the thick of it, we are.
Yep.
Just
All going well.
Teachers Week, looking around at the teachers, they haven't thrown anything yet at us, but I hope you were recognized, I hope you felt valued. I know Yvette, and I'll never say her name, you've taught me 100 times, Shrews. Spruce with a Shrews. Yvette Shrews. I just did a terrific job, Bill's office, Kevin's office. Just a terrific job, so I hope you felt valued. Tried it. End of the year events are listed there for you on my report. So, you know, the athletic banquet, et cetera, et cetera. I won't read it to you. I don't know, is there anything to add, subtract, multiply, divide? You want to know anything else?
Did you want to comment on the lockdown?
Yeah, Bill did, that was the sweep. Thank you, Paul. That was the sweep. We kept that, Bill did. I'm going to say we, so you can holler at me if it went crooked, but we kept that so quiet. I mean, that just absolutely had to be quiet. And given how quietly that was handled, how we did the lockdown first, then the hold in place. And for the district to get the report it got was again another positive for our students and our staff.
The only other date I asked Debbie for was senior send-off. If you have a date for that.
They have not set a date for that yet.
I'd like to know ahead of time.
Yes.
Thank you.
So again, the events are there, so all come one, come all, whatever we can do, right?
Perfect.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, item 7.3, which is, we have a recognition for one of our board members. These are always nice. We have a recognition for Paul Lehman. He has participated in leadership development training that is totaling 75 points. And this is always really good. This is time that he takes on his own to go do training through School Boards Institute. It just speaks to the seriousness he puts towards his position on the board and the lifelong learning that he does. And so I have a little certificate for you. I'll pass right down. Congratulations. Okay. The board needs to set its reorganizational meeting in July. It needs to happen within the first 15 days of July, so let's get out our calendars, please. So we really have between the 2nd and the 13th, and the week of the 4th is usually out, everybody, so why don't you just throw out a couple of dates that look good. I know you have more constraints.
If we stick, which we don't have to because it's a reorg meeting, we will have the ability to talk and change this, but if we stick with second Thursday, it puts us at the 12th.
Yep,
I cannot make the 12th.
Okay?
okay.
Never mind.
I'm available 9th, 10th, and 11th. I'm flying out on the 12th.
Does this, we could run this right, you could run it with the regular board meeting right after it, correct? Okay.
Typically, we
We do,
the
okay.
reorg meeting and the regular July meeting.
Right.
Back to back.
So,
So then we're looking at the 9th and 11th since Tuesdays are back.
9th or 11th? Anyone have any conflicts with those, 9th or 11th? Which would you rather? Which would you rather? You leave the next day.
It doesn't make a difference to me. Since I'm nixing the 12th, I'll accept whatever you give me in its place.
Well, let's go with the 9th then, because that way you can pack, Harry.
All right?
All right, so Monday, July 9th. Usually we start the reorg meeting a little earlier. No? Oh, you can't do it?
I just need to know. That's all.
If not, we can start it right at 6 and it goes quick.
Which day is better for you? No?
No, just starting before 6 is hard.
Oh, well, then start at 6. Is that good? 6? Okay.
Monday, July 9th at 6.
Monday, July 9th at 6 o'clock will be
Regular meeting. Usually the regular meeting is pretty.
the reorg meeting will be at 6,
And then the regular meeting immediately following.
immediately following.
Thank you, sorry.
So that'll be updated on the website. Right, but that does, how are these? Yeah. Is 6 good with you? Or? Okay. So Monday, July 9th at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Okay. That's all right. And that'll get updated on the website. Okay, steering team updates. I know that the secondary did not meet. We were supposed to meet Monday, and we do have a letter going out. I think June would be our next meeting. So elementary.
Kevin, I
Kevin?
did not make it, so Kevin's going to give a quick update.
Sure, so the elementary steering team went to the PTO meeting, happened to be at the exact same time. They'd been scheduled for a while, so we didn't want to move. So we went to the PTO meeting. It actually made a lot of sense. We asked the members. The community membership for the steering team is through our bylaws, and the steering team has participation for that team chosen by the PTO. So the PTO is supposed to go out and help canvass the community to find support for that particular team. So it was nice for us to go and be a part of our newly reinvigorated PTO, which if you haven't been, it makes a board meeting look small as far as participation, which is great. So, yeah, so we just kind of communicated what we do so the people that were there could hear in case they wanted to be a member of the team, and then they're going to help us get membership in the future.
Thanks.
Okay. Item 7.6, we have the strategic plan update.
Okay, I reduced this to writing as to exactly what we're doing, but let me give you just a broad outline. There were about 20 people that volunteered to participate in the implementation of the strategic plan. Dan Rain seemed to have a terrific amount of knowledge on our staff, so he briefed me, brought me up to date, and we just took a quick look at 5 people in each of the 4 focus areas, which are technology, academic, staff and faculty, community, my words. They're probably fancier in the plan. So we just had a get-together meeting in the library a couple of weeks ago, and people were able to pick up their name tent and move to different groups. So that happened. So we thought, as a group of 20, that we would get together and share anything that overlapped with all 20. But to truly implement and try to achieve goals, we ought to take a look at each of those focus areas and empower those groups to go forward. So that's just a sum and substance that Dan put on Google Docs, a template or an outline of how to track the goals, the objectives, and how the group is going after it. It's kind of a who, what, where, when, resources needed to make it happen. So we have a group of about 20, and we're coming back together on the 21st. That's a board meeting right now too, isn't it? Yeah, that just happened. Is it Monday the 21st, a board meeting? No.
Oh, no, it is. There is
Yeah.
Oh, that's the special.
She's gonna call a special meeting. Okay, we'll deal.
Our meeting
6, and we start at 5. We'll deal. Okay, quick update. Any questions on the implementation at this time? Obviously, it's in its infancy.
I actually have a question. Does it serve, I'm wondering if we had a board member that served on the strategic plan committee, I know Terry was a part of it. Does it serve, would anybody like to potentially sort of,
Well, does it serve to be audited?
Does it
Like,
serve to be
at one
audited? That's
point,
what-
we were
right.
kind of
Staying
told to
away
stay
from
out
it,
of it and
right.
let it run.
does it, right, that was the original sort of idea, is that the board should kind of stay back from it and does it serve any purpose?
Your pleasure.
Right.
It's up to you.
So-
If someone's interested and wants to participate, again, we think we have a way to do it, but you're not excluded.
Right. Right, okay.
But, you know, we'll make reports, and I'm sure the small groups will report as we go along, but it's completely up to you.
I'd love to be on it, but not if there's a good reason for us not to be on it. But unless there's a good reason not to, I think it makes great sense.
I see no reason not, I don't see a reason not to serve on it.
I know we talked about it at one point, but I am indifferent on whether it is or isn't.
The board has appointed each other person, so I don't, know if you want to appoint here. Has the board appointed?
Yeah.
Have we brought your names and officially and formally appointed?
The
We
other
can do that Monday. If you want, we can put it on the agenda.
Okay.
You,
Yeah, I'm interested.
All right,
so
perfect.
I'll make it, get it on the agenda for Monday.
Great, thank you. Okay, thank you. We've come to our second opportunity for community participation. No.
Aaron Robertson, I'd like to speak about voting. New York State. Thank you. Aaron Robertson, I'd like to speak about voting. The law in New York State is that you do not require an ID to vote, period. Today, I have been informed by several people that they were turned away for not having an ID. I was informed by the electioneer that this was a new rule put in place today. So my question is, who decided this? The electioneer said it was the school. So I'm not sure where it came from, but this needs to be fixed. It violates the law.
I'd like to ask a question, if I may, just for information. The requirements to vote are 18 years of age, U.S. citizen, and a
Resident for 30
resident in
days.
the school district for 30 days.
Yes.
Are there lists of residents?
No,
How
what you're
does
doing
that work?
is, you're actually signing an affidavit saying that you're a resident, and then somebody is supposed to check it. You do not need to present an ID.
So you establish residency, according to your information, by an affidavit that you sign, and then you look at the voting afterwards? Or at the time someone votes? Do you know?
I don't know when they do it, but what you're doing by signing is you're stating that you satisfy those. In order to register to vote, you do need an ID, but that is separate than actually voting.
Okay, so, thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
I'm Jennifer Jones. I'm Carrie Hay. Hello. And we were invited by Stephanie to come speak just very briefly about the PTO and some things that we're doing, some upcoming dates that we wanted to share. We're actually having a fundraising meeting tomorrow, May 16th at 6 o'clock in the high school library. Our final public meeting of the school year is going to take place on Thursday, June 7th in the high school library. And then one of our projects is cleaning up the garden. So that is going to be taking place on Saturday, June 9th from 9 to 11, possibly later depending on how that goes. But we've had a really great start to the revitalization of the PTO. We're receiving lots of support from administration, which is greatly appreciated. Lots of interest from parents, teachers. We're really looking forward to spearheading some bigger projects in the upcoming school year. And anyone can join us, staff, faculty, teachers, parents. We do have an interest form online so that you can get on our email list. If you go to the Hamilton Central School website, go to Community and PTO, you'll find that form there. And we have a new website that Colgate University is graciously taking on, that they're working with us and created a new PTO website that we're really excited about, and we'll hopefully be releasing that soon. So thank you everyone for support, and please come out. Lots of big meetings.
The date of the garden.
That's going to be Saturday, June 9th, 9 a.m.
Yep, and Amy Summers is volunteered to be our garden
So it's gonna be
coordinator.
really nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice, it's gonna be really nice.
Lots of parents have stepped up to be coordinators of various groups, and that's our biggest thing. We just want as many people and any projects that, like we received a lot of feedback about the gardens, and so we immediately put a team to work to get that going.
Thank you.
What's up? I'm Carrie Hay, and I just wanted to say that I am, as a parent of a middle schooler, I'm very grateful to the administrators and the teachers that are advocating to see textbooks come into the classrooms, and I know that's an early point in the discussion, but I'm very grateful for that being shepherded along.
here for it, so all I'll say is that I saw the list price was $90. Online, they're less than 20. I don't know if you have to go through a specific vendor for that, but you might want to just check.
Thank you.
I guess this OB Online doesn't include the,
The $20 doesn't include the
doesn't
online.
include the license for the online content.
No,
That's the difference. That's,
yeah.
So it comes with a 6-year
So this doesn't,
online,
okay,
comes with a 6-year online subscription, so that to access the license, yeah.
so,
Thank you.
okay, thanks.
Good point, thank you.
You can come this way, Jen.
I tripled it.
Sorry, Jennifer Jones again. I forgot to mention a really important piece. Another project that we're working on is coming up with a PTO logo. So I just wanted to publicly thank Tori and Ryan, who have offered to kind of administer that for us on the school side. So voting for that, we're hoping to get the submissions, and voting will take place from everyone in attendance at the PTO meeting at that last meeting. Thank you.
There's no further community participation. We need a motion to adjourn to executive session to take time to discuss particular students and the employment history of particular employees.
And I don't expect any action to be taken coming out of executive session. We're not recommending anything the board's going to vote on tonight. So, if you wish to stay, you're more than welcome. If you wish to leave, we'll see you next time.
All in favor? I'm down at that. Do you want to? I like it here too.